Beretta launched this A300 Ultima Patrol in multicam a while back, and by request from the audience after doing my last Mossberg 940 and my custom bang comp shotgun builds, I got this one in for review and to eventually do comparisons with other autoloaders that are currently in my inventory. And while Beretta is probably more known in the tactical world with their well-proven 1301, dare I say the A300 Ultima Patrol is probably one of, if not the best overall value for a high-quality auto-loading tactical shotgun right now. And with 7 in the tube and 1 in the pipe, it's impressive. But remember, you can ghost ride the whip and get a total of 9 shells for that little bit of extra fun out there. I got this sexy little number right here, the Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol in the multicam, which is just dead sexy looking. And figured why not just go full ham sandwich, go to the range, bruise the shoulder up, and went through about 400 shells that day, just having a good time. And I ran all those shells pretty much non-stop, just taking the time to load and get things set up, maybe a little bit of a donut break. I ran the prescribed 1200 FPS loads per the manual, but I know this thing will run slower than 1200 FPS loads because several of my friends actually own these things, and Mike over at Mr. Guns and Gear did the same without issue, especially after putting a few hundred regular 1200 plus rounds through it. And this thing comes in pretty light, right at about 7.9 pounds. But even with that light weight rating on there, it still handles recoil extremely well. And I think that has a lot to do with the aggressive texture up on the fore end and back on the stock area where your primary hand gets a grip around it. The trigger on this thing is actually very good, and shotguns are not known for having great triggers. They're either super heavy, gritty, or long, but they just did a good job on this thing, which is what you should expect from Beretta. The ghost ring sights are very easy to pick up and use, and you have pick rail across the top so you can mount any optic your little red dot heart desires. The controls on this thing are smooth, the action is smooth, maybe not as smooth as the 1301, but it's also quite a bit more budget friendly. The piston system in there is a self-bleeding design, and it did not even flinch no matter how fast I tried to run the thing. The extended controls make it pretty much impossible to miss any of them, even if you're out of practice. And that 19-inch barrel and that 7 shell capable tube just give this thing an absolute boss look from the business end. I know I jokingly said up front that I was gonna bruise the shoulder, but if you look at the recoil of this thing out there on the range, it's very manageable. Now, some of that will depend on the load type you're using, whether it's buck or slug, and of course what the FPS rating is on the load you're using. But ultimately, if you put a little ass behind it, you're gonna be able to control the recoil. And something else you definitely have control over out there on the range is protecting your eyes and your ears. Shell shock protection does support the channel. It's the ear and the eye protection I wear out there on the range. So if you need a set of good sunglasses that are ballistic rated, good looking enough to wear out in the town or out on the range, they've got you covered. Their electronic ear pro sounds good. It's got nice gel over the ear inserts on it, so it's gonna get a good seal and protect your ears. There's a link down below if you need earmuffs or glasses. This thing absolutely plows out there on the range. And not only does it look sexy AF, right, especially in that multicam, but the way that this thing is appointed and outfitted is very solid. If we go over this thing from the butt stock to the business end out here, taking a look at that, you get a very nice stock with some length of pull spacers. I have all of them on there, and that rubber butt pad. So if you're over like 6 foot tall, this is probably going to be the configuration you're going to want to run this thing in. You've also got a QD insert right there. There's a little rubber plug in that from the factory, so it doesn't get full of debris or anything like that. Pop that out, put your sling QD in there, you're going to be good to go. Of course, the multicam is beautiful, but also nicely relief cut around here so you can get your hand on that thing. And all of this super aggressive grip texture right here is everywhere your hand is pretty much going to interface, except for a little bit across the top right there. But it is aggressive. You're going to be able to hold on to this thing. Trigger guard up under here, it's polymer in design. That's been around and been used for a very long time. I have no concerns about that. The safety selector right here is cross bolt style, has a very good texture on it, whether you're pressing straight down, like trying to go like that, or straight in and out. You're not going to miss that thing. Very good. And then across the bottom right here, you do also have that red indicator on the safety, so you know that you are on fire. The bolt handle is also extended right there, and I will say the action is very smooth. It may not be as smooth as the 1301, but again, much more budget friendly. You also get an extended bolt release right here, which again, very easy to get onto, very good grip texture in there. And across the bottom here, you have your lock right there. It's going to lock your bolt back, and then it's activated by your bolt release, obviously. And the elevator right here. So when you're loading a shotgun, this is generally one area where you're gonna get your thumb caught on, or you're gonna tear your fingernail off or something like that. You can literally jam your finger all the way up in there and pull it out without that thing catching it. It's been completely deburred. It's got a nice little relief cut in it. Just very well done. I generally cut my hand up when I'm loading shotguns, either like this or I'm trying to push a shell all the way in there. So that is a huge plus for me. Also, you can see that up inside there, you've got a stainless steel follower right there in the magazine tube. That's, again, always a good thing. And then this nice little cut right here for when you're loading, you know, your quad loader, doing that stuff real good. I'm not good at that. That nice little kind of chamfer cut right there and how it's rounded off in here is a big help if you are so inclined to do that. Up across the top here, you've got your rear ghost ring sight, that pick rail on there. This screw pattern in here is the same as the 1301, so all of those mounting accessories will go right on the A300 Ultima Patrol right here. Definitely, again, a big positive. The foregrip right here, just a solid job. You got that great texture all the way around here. It's kind of chamfer cut right here, so you can just get a really positive grip on this. And it's super high up onto the barrel, right? So I've got big hands and I would really have to try to get my hand all the way around that. So very positive here, because if you're really running this thing hard, a lot less likely that you're gonna burn your tender little fingers across the top of that barrel. So extremely well done on that. Up in the front here, you can see we've got M-LOK, like about 1.5 M-LOK slots in all the 3, 6, and 9 clock positions right there. You can put anything your little tactical heart desires on those M-LOK slots, completely up to you. And then that magazine tube up in there just completes the look of that fore end right there. And you get also a QD point on either side with that barrel clamp. And then of course that front sight right there, which is fiber optic, and it is guarded and it's fully metal, which is important because shotguns usually get thrown around and bashed into things quite a bit when you're out there, whether it's just fun or in real world use. So overall, this thing is a looker, and the barrel on this thing, it's chrome lined and it's choke compatible with all the stuff that Beretta already has out there, which is quite a bit. They've been making shotguns like since forever. And as far as your shell size goes, it's 2 3/4 or 3, and you can get 7 up in that tube. And then of course, you can ghost load. Also in the box, you're gonna get a piece of Velcro and a shell holder so you can put it on the offside right here, which is definitely a nice touch. The A300 Ultima Patrol seems to have just about everything you could possibly want in a modern tactical auto-loading shotgun. And for a US made one from a company like Beretta, who's so well proven in the semi-auto shotgun game, coming in right at a G for the black one, and then if you want some crazy multi-cam like this, about 12 hundo, I don't think there's another US made semi-auto shotgun to this quality in the game right now. Like, I think this is, if not the best, probably right at the best value when it comes to a semi-auto tactical style shotgun. And I know somebody's gonna bring up like the cloners, right? The M4 clones and all that stuff that's out. I've got some of those in testing right now. What I can say about those is yes, they function, but it seems to be when people get higher shell counts through them, unlike these things where people I know have like literally thousands of shells through it, the cloners seem to start having problems around anywhere from like 400 to 800 shells. So I will be testing those more and more, and I'm definitely going to be doing some comparisons between even more budget-friendly options, this thing, and then other ones that are like right in the same price point. But I don't think we can legitimately compare this to like an M4 that's almost like a G more. So definitely let me know in the comments which ones you want to see this thing directly compared to. Now, we all know that nobody gets a free pass here right on the channel. I always find something that could be just a little bit better, but this is really tough. Like, this thing just seems good to go, whether it's range fun, tactical use, duty, like, and I don't say that stuff lightly. Now, if I really, really like nitpick this thing to death, like maybe you could ask that the bolt handle right here is made out of like metal, like aluminum or steel, but even that, like, I think if this thing takes a dump, that's meant to give way before it damages your bolt. So I don't even know if that's a complaint. The only other thing I could really see people whining or complaining about is maybe having a aluminum or steel clamp up front, but again, that's probably never going to be an issue. I'm assuming there's a reason they chose polymer for those points. So this thing is tough to nitpick, especially with the way it runs and feels. I think the thing is just literally good to go right out of the box. The experience I've had, the experience that my friends have had with it, having much, much higher shell counts through this thing than I do, it's just solid. Whether, again, it's home protection, self-defense, tactical use, duty use, whatever, I think it is extremely solid. Well, I've got some pizza waiting on me, so I'm gonna go eat. You guys keep doing things out there on the range. Remember, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.